Almost live. It's Professor Oddfellow's Penetralia.
Tapping into the eerie power of occult TV and radio? You're seeing the secret of that in action this very moment, as I continue manifesting my own sort of TV show in black and white for personal magical purposes. And presently, I'll share how miraculously well that's working. Why no color? Why the grainy specks? It's because I'm conjuring an earlier era, bending time and bilocating to a simpler and in a great many ways better generation, so that my consciousness can keep focused, free of the pummeling onslaught of contemporary confusion campaigns. TV is the most visible form of sorcery in modern times, used by great powers to influence the opinions, habits, and actions of spellbound zombie consumers. TV is powerful because it engages the senses with sight and sound. It comes on like a dream and catches us up in an alternate reality. And that's wonderful, as long as it's one's own dream and alternate reality, not someone else's. True wizards don't accept a passive role. Rather, true wizards free themselves with the very tool of their oppression, tapping into the same forces, the structured programming behind the programs that's already been proven to work extraordinarily well. Just look at how this old radio relay system diagram resembles the Kabbalistic tree of life. Of course there are energetic structures behind big media. You aren't naive. You know that advertising jargon is carefully designed to penetrate the subconscious mind, to hypnotize the listener, to try something for the first time or to do something again and again. We wizardly types can appropriate those occult vibrational techniques. We can formulate personal mantras in the form of catchy advertising jingles, as prayers or incantated intentions for wish fulfillment. As if in a cauldron, boil down your aspiration to 5 or 7 simple words, then sing them aloud until you find a haunting melody that feels just right. There's your jingle. We can film our own little commercial about a specific desire, depicting objects that symbolize the dream's achievement, with a sing-song voiceover slogan. We can then add our audio jingles and video commercials into playlists we listen to or watch at home to randomly pop up after crucial periods of forgetfulness so as to better guarantee their efficacy. Here's my personal example. I was living in a hurricane zone, had been flooded twice, and lost 2/3 of everything I owned. It seemed prudent to relocate to higher ground, and I began dreaming of living on a mountaintop, way above sea level. Well, real estate listings from across the nation were heartily encouraging. Living closer to the stars came with an astronomical price tag. In full disclosure, I couldn't afford my dream, but I refused to give up. So I decided to manifest the wide world I wanted, the macrocosm, out of a tiny point, a microcosm. I procured a miniature dollhouse antique radio. It was just a prop, of course. I designed a wooden presentation box for it and placed a magnifying glass in front so as to enlarge it in a magical way. You know, there really is something magical about looking at a tiny object through a magnifying glass. Something about the way the lens slightly distorts and blurs around the periphery. It makes things look even more 3D, like you're seeing into a higher dimensionality. The toy radio couldn't broadcast on its own, so I recorded my own private radio program with a retro feel to the proceedings. I called it Rogue Radio, and I curated a playlist of Bigfoot-themed songs and wrote DJ patter to introduce each track. I worked in a recurring jingle using an instrumental backing I'd encountered in the wild. I wrote to the artist, who goes by the name Taskboy 3000, and he granted me permission to use his music. My DJ patter was all about broadcasting from a mountaintop and touched upon the sights, sounds, smells, and overall mystique of life up in the clouds.
You know, ascending a mountain is a 3-dimensional experience. But don't forget the 4th dimension, time. Up here at Rogue Radio, we can look into the past as well as the future.
The DJ said things like, "Coming to you from the mountaintop," or "Here at our higher elevation," in dozens and dozens of iterations as the playlist unfolded. In terms of magical programming, I was essentially chanting an intention while simultaneously speaking from the future locale I desired. Sure, I was putting the cart before the horse, and whoever first warned against putting the cart before the horse was disempowering time travel. Long story short, too late, it all worked. I discovered a mountaintop on the market in the blue mist-enshrouded Great Smokies. The price tag was astronomical, but I'll credit the vibrations of my Rogue Radio project and this unflagging Penetralia TV series. I snagged the property for fully $1 million under what the owners had listed it for. Did I magically tap into a retro economy with less inflation? Did the universe simply find a way for my dream to come true in spite of my income? It sure felt like a miracle. But I'll take full credit for initiating that miracle, whatever other forces came into play along the way. And these have been my secrets for using the same tools that spellbind others to manifest our own wishes. They're my open secrets, because I can't wait to hear how well they'll work for your particular dreams. With lots more Eldritch tech in the episode archives, I'm Professor Oddfellow.
Oh, it's happening again. We're rising together. A wise man once said that the way to take it higher is to hold on to what you've already grasped and then reach for more. For these precious moments, let's keep rising together to the exaltation of rarefied places where we might peek down at the other side of the mystery where the plural of Bigfoot disport themselves.
Penetralia land hold like an ampersand. Letters are connecting into a long hand.